All right, let me tell you what happened just a little while ago. Yeah, so I go to pick up these people. Yeah, it's a man and woman, husband and wife. And it says son has booked this. When I get there, the son's talking to me, and he says, yeah, I've booked this for my parents. They need to go to the station, but they don't speak much English. Right, that's what he says to me. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I've had people who don't speak English before. It's not an issue. But I asked, what language do they speak? And he said they speak French. And at this point, I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Because here's the thing, man's been on Duolingo for like 215 days now, yeah? 215 days. And before that, about 2 months on Rosetta Stone. So I've been learning French, I think in total about 9-ish months, give or take. But 215 days on Duolingo, most of that French, I've dabbled in a few other languages, spent quite a bit of time in Spanish, but most of that is French. So I'm thinking, yeah. You know what I mean? Time to put this to the test. I'm thinking, voyons, quoi duo la chouette, prendez-moi. That's what I'm thinking, yeah? So, I said to them, bienvenue, entrez mon voiture, je prenez-vous à Eurostar, tout prêt? That's what I'm saying. I said some other stuff. I don't remember all the things I said, but, I was speaking to them. Man was speaking. And it wasn't fluent. And I definitely forgot a bunch of words that I struggled to remember and remembered later. And some words I just don't know at all. And my grammar was off, I'm sure. I've probably messed up the grammar a little bit. But I was speaking to them. Man was speaking to them. I was speaking to them and they could understand me, and they were speaking and I could understand them. And, they could definitely speak better English than I could speak French. But man was speaking, fam. Man was speaking. And at the end of it, we get to the station, and we're outside the car at this point, and the lady gives me a tip. But here's the thing: she didn't give me British money. She gave me €4. You say €4 she gave me, and she was saying something because it was a bit windy at this point outside. I didn't hear exactly what she said, but I definitely heard the word cafe. So what I think she said was something like, next time you're in France, the coffee's on me, or something along those lines. I think she said, but she gave me €4. So in any case, I've got €4. So next time man's in Paris, next time man's in France, coffee thing, innit? But yeah, I'm just gassed, man. I'm just gassed because like 9 months ago, the only French words I knew was like what? Bonjour, or, je m'appelle. And that's all I could say. The fact that I was able to communicate with actual French people from actual France in their native language, and they could understand me and I could understand them, big man thing. Man, I'm gassed. But you know what? Like I said, most of that has been Duolingo. And if anybody learning languages out there, I think I've said this before. I've said this before, but whatever. It's worth saying again. Because I see all the videos, Duolingo's a waste of time. Don't waste your time on Duolingo. And I feel like a lot of these videos are made by people who do nothing but learn languages all day. So, yeah, of course they're going to develop, ways they can learn a language in a week or whatever it is. That's their life. But for most people, for most regular folk, just do what works for you. Whether that's Duolingo, whether that's Pimsleur, whether that's Babbel, whether that's whatever you're using, whether it's a combination of different things. Like I've used a combination of different things. Duolingo's been the one that I've used the most, but I've used a combination of things. Rosetta Stone. I've used a bit of Pimsleur as well, and some stuff on YouTube. And shout out to French Mornings with Elise or Lisa. My bad. One of them. But yeah, I've used a bunch of different ones, but whatever works for you, works for you. Just whatever fits in with your schedule, whatever, fits in with your style of learning, the way you like to learn things. Not everybody's trying to learn a language in 2 days or whatever. Not everybody's studying to do an exam, or something like that. Some people just learning for the sake of learning. If it takes you 2 years, if it takes you 2 decades, whatever, do it in your own pace. You know what I mean? If you're trying to learn a language, you want to learn it, do it in your own pace. So whatever works for you, use that. Don't let nobody tell you that such and such is a waste of time just because they're trying to sell you their course. You know what I mean? Do what works for you. That's all I want to say. But man was speaking, fam. Man was speaking. Je parle français. Je parle un peu de français, mais man was speaking. But yeah, anyway, we're done. Au revoir.